This training module covers the GBAS and GBAS Landing System, or GLS, for the Embraer E2 aircraft. This presentation is Honeywell proprietary information and is subject to export restrictions and intended for personal use only. This material was developed by the Honeywell Flight Technical Services Organization. For more pilot training and videos, go to pilots.honeywell.com. GLS, which stands for GBAS Landing System, is also known as Local Area Augmentation System, or LAS. This system provides a GNSS-dependent alternative to ILS. It uses a single GBAS airport ground station to transmit corrected GNSS data to the E2 aircraft and enables pilots to fly a precision approach with much greater flexibility. GBAS offers two primary features: precision approach and differentially corrected positioning service, or DCPS. Only the GLS precision approach capability is planned for this certification, because ground stations are currently only approved for the precision approach service and are not approved for the positioning service. The FAA and other certification authorities are currently targeting Cat 2 and Autoland as the next steps for GBAS. Embraer had several goals in mind when designing their GLS interface. The most important was to make the GLS display properties look and feel as similar to an ILS as possible, so that pilot training would be minimized for operators. GLS approaches are intended to replace ILS approaches, and much of GLS is similar to ILS. It's a precision approach based upon tuning a VHF station at the destination airport, and it has the same operational categories and uses as a non-FMS source of guidance. Similar to an ILS, the E2 FMA modes for GLS are LOC and glide slope. GLS approaches have their own approach plate similar to ILS, and GLS approaches do not allow a fail down to either LNAV, VNAV, or LNAV only minimums. After entering a GLS approach into the FMS, the pilot should cross-check the approach plate. The GBAS ID, in this case Golf Bravo Zulu Uniform, should be cross-checked on the primary flight display. The GBAS ID, or GBZU, is shown in the nav data block to the right of the HSI. The pilot should also confirm auto-tuning of the correct channel ID in the nav radio, in this case 21073. The nav channel can be viewed on either the MCDU or on the PFD in the nav window. GLS approaches are not dependent on FMS, although GLS frequency tuning is performed automatically through the FMS. It can also be manually tuned in three different ways. The first way to manually tune a GLS frequency is to type it in the scratch pad and line select it up to the NAV1 or NAV2 active frequency line on the MCDU radio page. The second way to manually tune is to tune the frequency directly on the PFD by moving cursor focus to the NAV1 or NAV2 radio window and using the CCD knob to set the frequency. The third way to manually tune a GLS frequency is to start by highlighting the ILS feather for the appropriate runway and selecting Enter using the CCD. This pulls up the Select Object menu. If more than one approach type exists for a particular runway, the runway will be listed more than once. To open the task menu, highlight the approach type, in this case the GLS arrow, and select Enter with the CCD. Highlight and select Tune NAV1 and/or Tune NAV2 from the drop-down menu. Note that highlighting and selecting the ILS or GLS feather is easiest when the display is in plan or north-up mode. The GLS channel will be manually tuned to the appropriate radio. In addition, the GLS course will automatically be set on the HSI nav preview. In summary, the following changes have been made to the PFD to accommodate GLS approaches. New GLS lateral and vertical modes and mode logic for the FMA were incorporated. This includes LOC and glide slope, which is consistent with low approach annunciations, and an update of the approach mode annunciations, including G Approach 1 and No G Approach. Auto Nav Preview capability for GLS, which is the same as ILS, is included. Primary nav source of GLS 1 or GLS 2 is placed near the HSI. There's an added reference ID and runway, and the GLS channel is shown in the nav tuning window. For more information on Honeywell products and services, go to www.honeywell.com.